Look guys, it looks like I am doing a cooking demo today on my Skottle. How fun is this? About an hour, so we'll see. Hopefully we got a lot of people coming. Isn't this great? Look at all these people on this map. Nice. It's a nice turnout.
Okay, what are you prepping, baby?
Doing a cooking demo on the Tembo Tusk today. I am winging it because I wasn't quite prepared, but I think I'm going to make an Asian stir fry using cauliflower. And I'm just going to throw some stuff together with some brown rice. And it's really just showing off the beauty of this Tembo Tusk and what it can do. So I want to make something quick and easy, but flavorful, and something that can be done, 30 to 40 minutes. So right now I'm just prepping up my veg. I've got some bell peppers, some celery, onion, garlic, of course, carrots, and then I've got some mushrooms. I'm going to marinate my cauliflower and get that going. And we've got the brown rice going here. The Rice King has started that. And yeah, we're gonna wing it. Hopefully it comes out good.
It's gonna be delicious.
I hope so.
It always is.
Hey guys, welcome to Skyways to Highways Camp Kitchen. A word of caution, you're gonna see my mushroom happy dance right now. Organic, fresh, beautiful produce. One of my favorite things to do is the farmer's market. My rice is done. And it's looking nice and fluffy, which is great. Just double check it and make sure that it's not sticking together. Nope, it's looking good. Rice is done. And I've got my vegetables chopped. So garlic, onions, bell pepper, and carrots, and green onion. Got that going, and I'm gonna get my mushrooms prepped. And then I've got my sauce going here. This is looking pretty good. Kind of a sweet and spicy. I've added some tamari, some date syrup, a little bit of, oh, I gotta add some citrus to this. So some lime juice, lemon juice, something like that. And yeah, this is gonna be nice and smoky, a little bit of heat and some sweetness. So yeah, this should be pretty good. I've already dry rubbed my cauliflower in my own herbs and spices. There's jars there on the table, but it's a complete spice and it goes with everything. And you know, you can use it for Asian food, Italian food, whatever, anything. Put it on your meat, your poultry. Goes great with vegetables. But right now I'm just sauteing the cauliflower, trying to get that cooked through. And I'm heating up my stock. I have some brown rice to go with this. And we've got some carrots, some bell pepper, green onions, some cashews, and then we're gonna make a nice little sauce that's gonna be smoky, sweet, slightly spicy, a little tangy, and hopefully it will hit all of the buttons. I hope. Is everyone here thinking about purchasing a Skottle? Do you have any questions about how it works?
That's what I was going to say. I said everybody's probably hoping to win one. Yeah. I mean, I would, that would be my hope too. How many kids? I have no idea. Probably not. Do you need help, baby?
No, I think I got it. I just wish I had started it sooner. Sometimes cauliflower takes a little while to cook through.
That's my job at home, is usually do the prep work and then ask if I can help. I hope she says no.
Yes. And I usually do. I usually do.
True.
I let him sit on the couch and enjoy his beer or whatever.
I have the privilege of doing dishes.
That sounds like a pretty good setup, though.
Yeah, it's a good trade-off. So I'm just chopping my mushrooms really quick, getting these in.
What kind of mushrooms?
Don't worry about it.
I've got some yellow oysters. So I was hoping to find some really good maitakes in the woods to do for this dish, but I didn't find any good ones, so these will have to do. So I'm going to add a little stock to my cauliflower to get that steaming. Make my own stock on the road, my vegetable stock. I don't like to buy it in the box if I can make it. I'm always, prepping vegetables. So I keep the butt ends of my onions, the butt ends of carrots, the peels, the stuff that you would normally toss in the garbage. At the end of the week, I take all of that and I'll put it in a stock pot on top of here and let it simmer along with some herbs that I carry with me. And then I have a nice stock for the whole week. And that's what you see here in this jar. So I keep this in my fridge and I use this for the whole week. And it's really nice and flavorful. And then I can make soups out of it. I do a campfire chili that comes out great, and it's flavor. And you don't have to buy it, and you're using stuff that you would normally toss in the garbage. So we're gonna see how this does with a massive meal. Thank you. So this is basically just my seasoning mix that you're smelling right now. I just dry rubbed my cauliflower. To get some, cauliflower is kind of bland, I like for it to take on a little extra flavor, and then I want to get a little color on it, a little caramelization, because that's flavor. I like brown on my food because, that's where the flavor comes from. Nobody wants like a bland steak, with no color on it. You want grill marks because that's where the flavor's at. So I treat my vegetables the same way. So we'll get a little color on this once it steams through, and then we'll go in with the rest of our vegetables.
Do you ever have problems with the burning?
That's the thing that I was mentioning earlier. The burning is definitely, I think, the biggest complaint with the Tembo Tusk. Because you have such a small area right in the center of this Skottle, and you do have a tendency, if you don't stay on top of it, it will scorch on the bottom. So to avoid that, I actually kind of jury-rigged it, and I have a old school diffuser. You've probably seen, maybe your mom or your grandma has one of those. It's a little aluminum round little apparatus with a whole bunch of holes in it, and I just stick that in here in between my burner and the Skottle itself, which gives me a wider heating surface and makes it less concentrated in the center, so I don't have to worry about the scorch there. It kind of gives me a nice buffer, but it also gives me more cooking surface than you would normally have. Without it, you've got this much cooking surface. With it, you've got about this much cooking surface. So the outer edge, is normally just a staging area. It's normally just kind of cool to the touch. With the diffuser, this is more heat. So it's definitely warmer than it would normally be. So that allows me to keep everything, especially when I'm making something this big. This is, like I said, way more food than I normally cook on this. But it allows me to put this over here and continue with the rest of the meal without letting everything else get cold. So let's take a look. All right, so I'm gonna add my onions next. I'm gonna add a little more oil to this. This is my little oil can. Another thing about the Skottle is that, it's a fairly non-stick surface. It's not like Teflon non-stick, but it does give you a surface that, isn't too cumbersome with sticking, and enables you to cook without everything getting torn apart and getting stuck. So again, this edge here area is my staging area. So it's still, cooking to a certain extent, but just a little bit slower. And then I'm gonna add my carrots to that. And my celery.
Can you take a picture?
Please.
Thank you. Okay.
How high up do you have that? Is it like medium?
Right now I actually have it pretty high, mainly because, like I said, I started this a little late, so I'm kind of trying to cook it a little bit faster. But normally I would keep it on medium, you know, for my own personal usage. I like it on medium. That way I'm not standing on top of it. I can, you know, do other things, you know, I can hang out, have a glass of wine, sit here and cook leisurely in a leisurely fashion. Right now I'm kind of speeding it up, so it's higher than I normally would have it. Gotta chop up my cashews. Is anyone allergic to cashews? No? Okay.
Good question. We don't want an allergic reaction.
No.
That's a good point.
No. And I actually know someone who's allergic to cashews, so.
Is there any meal you attempted to cook that didn't really work too well on that, or?
Yeah. Well, I had this idea that I was going to make pizza on it. This was before I came up with the idea to use the diffuser. And the problem with pizza is you need to know the timing, because when you use the rack and the lid, this turns into an oven as long as you have a way of keeping the bottom from burning. And the issue that I had was I didn't have a diffuser on here, and I was trying to turn the pizza and keep an eye on the bottom and make sure that it didn't scorch. But the problem with that is, like any bread, you know, once you have heat built up in your oven, the more and more you open the oven and check it, the more you can't regulate the temperature and you don't get the rise. So the pizzas came out halfway because I kept checking because I didn't want to burn it. So yeah,
we did about 4 different pizzas, tried it, and it was a fun evening.
It was. Well, we didn't eat pizza for dinner.
We didn't eat pizza for dinner. Yeah,
we didn't have pizza for dinner.
It's an ongoing experiment.
So I definitely know what I did wrong.
When we figure it out, we definitely throw that out there.
Yeah, but I know what I did wrong. It was just too many times of opening, you know, because every time I opened it, all of the steam would come out. That's basically your oven temperature gone, you know, and you have to build up the steam in here in order for it to rise. So I know that, me checking it so often. So it would be a matter of figuring out what your timing is so that you don't have to keep opening it. You already know that you have to trust, I guess, you know, trust that it's not burning. You know, use your senses, your nose. Do you see any big smoke coming out? Then it's not burning. Yeah, I didn't trust. I was too worried about it, and I just kept opening it. So I'm going to try it again, and we'll see. I'm just putting in my bell peppers now. I had yellow, orange, and red bell pepper. But I've made everything in this. Popcorn was a really good one. That was a lot of fun. The popcorn came out great. There's definitely a learning curve with that if you want to try popcorn. Gary came up with the idea of using, he's pretty proud of himself.
I am very proud of this.
He's proud of himself.
Because you have to stir the popcorn a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, you have to lift the lid, and you only have to lift it a little bit and take a chopstick.
Yeah.
And stir everything up, and that stirs it out.
Yeah,
and it
because
worked
if you
out
lift
really
the lid,
well.
the popcorn goes everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
So you can't keep lifting the lid, but you just stir it around, keep the lid on top, and it comes out great. But you do have to keep stirring it. And I haven't tried it since I came up with this little diffuser idea. So I would like to try that and see if it comes out even better.
I have popcorn in the trailer.
Oh, you do? Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Just saying.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, no, I would absolutely love to try that again. The diffuser, I think, definitely alleviates a lot of the complaints and a lot of the issues with this. Hey, you've got walkie-talkies. That's cool. Oh, was it? All right, let me see. I'm going to add my mushrooms. I'm just going to move these over. Yellow oyster mushrooms. I have a local mushroom purveyor who is amazing. He's in Brentwood, New Hampshire, and he does an incredible job with his mushrooms. Lion's mane, blue oyster mushrooms, chestnuts, elm oyster, everything that you can imagine.
You're a mushroom fan. This guy
He's fantastic.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, so when cooking mushrooms, I don't know how many of you out there are big mushroom fans like I am, but you want to put the mushrooms on a dry pan without oil first. A lot of people complain that your mushrooms get mushy, the texture is not good, and it's usually because you're adding oil first to your pan. So they're full of water, you know, so you definitely want to evaporate some of the water first and then add your oil to sear them off. So the texture it doesn't come out so mushy and mealy. So I'm just gonna get some of the moisture out of these. So I'm adding my cashews. Okay, so I'm gonna add some garlic. Does anyone not like too much garlic? Wow, garlic lovers too. This is awesome. I love you guys. Okay, so now I can add a little oil to my mushrooms. I think I lost a bit of a cashew there. We'll leave that for the raccoons, I guess. I have yet to see the raccoons. Has everybody here seen the Masked Marauders? Really? Wow. I have yet to see them. I'm surprised.
We had one chew the cover of our refrigerator.
What? No.
Feeding you through it. I mean,
Yeah, but we've got teeth marks.
Oh
in our
no.
cover. Oh my god.
Because we leave ours covered. Like we have the cover that we leave it out. Oh my goodness. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. Those raccoons know how to get into just about anything.
Yep.
When I chased him off, he gave me a dirty look.
Did he flip you off with his little raccoon fingers?
You keep them over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You keep them over there with you.
Okay, so now is the moment that I am going to start adding everything together. How long has this taken so far? How long have...
Way too long.
Too long.
Yeah, but yeah, sometimes
20?
really good food takes
Okay.
a minute. It takes a minute.
That's the thing. That's the key.
It's kind of like
That's what I aim for, is 30 minutes.
If you're,
or,
if
you
you're
know.
a Guinness drinker, they pour that Guinness, you gotta wait for the thing to settle. So,
I don't. I call that a
be
Guinness
patient.
milkshake. It's
you gotta be
delicious.
patient.
I like it when it's cloudy and yeah, it's creamy. So I've made a little sauce here. This is going to be smoky, a little sweet, a little spicy, not too spicy. And here is tamari, cocominos, chiles, some anchos for some smoky factor, a little sriracha, my seasoning mix that I normally make, gochujang, which is a Korean pepper sauce. Yeah, it's a pepper sauce made with gochugaru chiles. And we're just gonna get everything nice and coated here. How's it smelling? Is it okay? Not bad? Awesome. So I want to get all of my vegetables nice and coated with my sauce. I want to deglaze my pan, so I'm going to use a little bit of my hot stock that I have here. And that basically just gets all of the flavor that's adhered to all of that stuff on the bottom. That's more and more flavor that you're adding. You don't want that to go to waste. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So I want that to just dry just a little bit. And this is a short grain organic brown rice.
I made the rice. Thank you.
Yes, he did. He's the rice king in our household. All right, so I'm just gonna spread that out and then start adding my rice. Yeah, but I can always add that afterward. So I just want all of the rice to get coated here. You know, and I'm probably moving it more than necessary, but I have it on such high heat that I just don't want it to burn. All right, let me just taste it for seasoning really quick. More sauce. Okay, you were right. He loves it when I say that.
Yeah, let's just delete it.
I'll delete it.
Yeah,
If there's no video evidence, it didn't happen.
Yeah, there won't be any evidence.
All right, this is about done. I'm gonna finish this off. Hey, honey, would you clip me some chives, please? I'm gonna finish this off with some chives and some green onions. Thank you. I'll do, I guess.
It smells so good.
Thank you. That should do it. Turn off my heat. And it.
How long does it stay hot after you turn it off?
It depends. I mean, if you leave the lid on, yeah, it stays warm. I would say for another 20 minutes, maybe. It doesn't hold heat, and I kind of like that because once I'm done cooking, sometimes I want to just put it away, you know, clean it and put it away. Hey guys, come on over and dig in, and I hope you like it.
Just the right amount of spice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I think I want hot
You brought a spoon, yeah.
Stand up straight.
Yeah, should have brought a spoon.
Yeah.
Spatula.
Yeah, right. A big old spoon. I love that you travel with your herbs.
Thank you.
Do you have to? Does it make it hard if you like are on the road for a little while? You have
No,
to like
we
take it out.
traveled through
No.
3 months with those herbs.
3 months, yeah.
And
I
they
have-
did really well.
I have one that's sitting out beside my front door because I just love growing herbs, my own herbs. And so that was my one thing. If we live in our hiker, how am I going to have my fresh herbs? And then I see yours and I'm like, I can do it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you
Get a
so
big,
much.
get a big
Welcome.
fork full.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. All right, there we go. No being used in the Asian. Do you like it?
Oh, it's so good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
A little touch of the lime and then
Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so
West
much.
Virginia.
Thank you.
And I will give that to yeah.
Mothman,
nice.
black eyed pea. Oh yeah, this sounds good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It looks so amazing.
What was the first thing you had in there? Was that cauliflower?
Yes, that was cauliflower. I dry rubbed it with my herb mix, the one that you guys picked up, and I left that sit for about an hour, you know, just to permeate the cauliflower a little bit. And
Oh, I got one.
Yeah.
No problem. There's
yeah.
a fork right there, baby.
Flavor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, it's a
No
big day.
problem.
I can finally watch you
Yeah,
make
I
it.
think they're really good. I think
try it?
that it works with
got you.
everything. You
I'll
need a
get you a
fork?
spoon.
Oh yeah, a spoon would be better. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
You guys help yourselves.
It's not that spicy.
You only do one spoonful.
Oh, it's okay. They can have as much as you want. There's a lot in here. Enjoy yourselves.
Dig in.
Thank you.
It is good.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be. I've made this several times.
How
So
was
yeah,
it?
it'll be in
You
there.
good?
Keep up
I
with your
mean, I eat like
You
this all
what?
the
I
time.
couldn't keep up with your
So it's
ingredients.
okay.
hard for
So
me.
you're gonna
Yeah,
have to put
I'm
it on.
Yes.
I'm spoiled.
That's actually the plan. I want to write this one
No,
down
I
and put it on the.
appreciate it.
If
Yeah,
I have
definitely
time,
the sauce,
put it on
I
this
mean,
episode so that you guys can look at it and
I
try
have to
and
admit,
redo it for yourselves.
we've
Thank you
been
so much.
very
I
lucky
appreciate
in
it.
our
Definitely
lives.
not a boring.
We actually
No, I don't cook boring food. I don't cook bland food.
Oh yeah, this has got amazing flavor.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's my favorite thing. Like if anyone said, okay, what in your trailer can you not do without? It's this. I don't go anywhere without it.
Just turns distinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. It's very cool. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for coming. Absolutely, my pleasure.